Hey class, I wish I could see y'all, but we're going to go into language today. I know you're probably getting tired of my videos, but I'm hoping they're helping you. We're going to talk about linking verbs today. We've talked about this before. We're on page 278 in your language book. And some of those linking verbs you've learned before. They're the state of being and linking verbs. Am, is, are, was, were, be, been, and been. So you've worked with linking verbs before. We're just putting an extra step into it now. So we're on page 278 in your language book on linking verbs. Now that you know that verbs show action or state of being and that they sometimes help other verbs, we're ready to learn the fourth thing that verbs can do. So verbs can do a lot of different things we've learned. Verbs can also link the subject to a complement in the predicate part of the sentence. A verb which does this is called a linking verb. Okay guys, the predicate is also a verb. You're either going to hear verb or predicate. It's still the same thing. So verbs can also link the subject to a complement in the predicate part of the sentence. A verb which does this is called a linking verb. If you remember, I think last week you talked about complements, and as a complement, it completes the meaning begun by the subject and the verb. Because remember they had direct and indirect objects. You did this last week. So a linking verb links the subject with a complement in the predicate that describes the subject or names the subject. So let's look at those two examples in that blue box. It says, Miss Monroe is nice. The adjective nice is a complement describing the subject. Well, the subject is Miss Monroe. And then nice describes her. Is the verb. It's linking it. Miss Monroe is a teacher. The noun teacher is a complement, which is another name for the subject, because it's telling you that Miss Monroe is a teacher. Teacher describes who she is. You already know many of the linking verbs because the state of being verbs can also be linking verbs. You had to learn these back at the beginning of the year. You got to pull that old file out of your memory. So verb phrases which end with be, been, been can be linking verbs. Let's look at the examples. It says, do you see these verbs are sometimes used to show state of being and sometimes used to link the subject with words that describe or rename it. It says, Jasmine is pretty. Well, the adjective in that sentence is pretty. It describes what Jasmine is. Jasmine is the subject. So the adjective pretty describes the subject, so is a linking verb because it links that adjective to that subject. Anna is a good singer. Singer is another name for Anna, so is a linking verb. It links that Anna is a singer. Singer describes who she is or what she does. Zachary is here. Here is an adverb telling where. Making is a state of being verb. So in this sentence, instead of is being a linking verb, it's a state of being verb. Because it's just telling you where Zachary is at. Now you must memorize the rest of the linking verbs. They're called sometimes linking verbs. Back in the beginning of the year, you had to learn those. So your sometimes linking verbs, I remember they were in the back of your book. I can find it real quick. On page 305 in the back of your book, are your sometimes linking verbs, your helping verbs, your state of being verbs. It's the different kinds of verbs. So you had your state of being verbs: am, is, are, was, were, be, being, been. Your sometimes linking verbs: taste, feel, smell, sound, look, appear, become, seem, grow, remain, stay. You have to remember all those. You remember those at the beginning of the year. We had a quiz way back in the very first part of school on those verbs. I told you, you could not forget them. So with your linking verbs, you just have to pull that information out that's somewhere up in your brain. Alright guys, well, I hope you understand linking verbs a little more. If you need some help, just let me know. Call me, text me. Bye.